Hello, my name is V-Sin, and this is a snapshot of Operation Abyss New Tokyo Legacy. Now this game came out on June the 9th, 2015 for the PlayStation Vita in North America. This is a first-person dungeon crawler, made by the same guy. It's made by the same guys who made Demon Gaze. So, however, it is actually an older experience, or as I hear, it's a remake of an older game. I didn't do enough research for this, so I'm not 100% sure which one it is. And before we get into the rest of the game, what I will say is that a lot of first-person dungeon crawler enthusiasts are saying that Demon Gaze was the introduction. Operation Abyss is more the dungeon crawler fans game. Now, I have my own opinions about that, and we'll get into them in a bit. So first, I'll show you that I've been at this for about 13 hours. I kind of wanted to make the video several times over, but I kept getting cold feet every single time. Now, before we get into that, one quick thing in new game, you have two game modes here, Basic and Classic. The only difference is character portraits, literally. Basic mode is you have a whole bunch of pre-made character portraits. You drew them all, you have a couple color palette options, you pick them, that's what everyone looks like. For Classic mode, you do have character customization, so you can change faces, hairstyle, headgear, body gear, whatever the fuck else. Generally speaking, though, I will say that... Now, I'm not even going to throw opinions at it because I haven't played enough with Classic. Basically, if you see differences between videos, it's the difference between Basic mode and Classic mode. Okay. So I'm playing Basic mode because I don't want to bother spending time doing the character portraits, and quite frankly, I think they look old and shitty. But that's just me. Anyways, so the first thing I'm going to do is menus. The reason why I'm going to do menus is because A, all of the fundamental systems are in the menus, and B, the game does a really fucking shitty job of telling you what the fuck is happening in the menus. Fuck. Yes, I'm serious. They do a really awful job of it. So let's start from the basic here. Character creation, okay? Member application, yes, do that. Okay, enlist. I'm going to do enlist, just to show you all the different systems. So here you go, this is in basic mode. You get to pick all your character portraits and whatever the fuck else you want to do. And then you have a couple of different color palettes, yay. You can give your character a name, first and last name, and the first... Well, actually, no. The first one is just whatever the fuck name you want to put it there, and then this is the nickname. So, when people in the store... Not even that. They're just kind of names and nicknames. It's basically... Basically, the nickname's the only thing that actually ever shows up, and the other one's just there for fluff reasons. Age, you can set this again for fluff reasons. There is actually a story reason why it's only age 12 to 19 years old. It hasn't been fully explained by my point in the game, but whatever. Gender and trait, though. These two matter a lot. Okay? Gender is mostly impacts your equipment, because there is some male-specific, female-specific equipment in the game. Trait also affects equipment, and it determines which classes you have available to you. You've got good, neutral, evil. These will determine which classes you have available to you. Trait details is just a piece of text. You can change to whatever the fuck you want it to be. Doesn't really matter. Gullible and evil. Sure, why the fuck not? Now, these are your base stat distributions. Apart from affecting the base stats, this also affects equipment. Yes, it actually does. Okay, but I don't know if it affects stat growth, because after certain levels you do get slight increases in stats, or whether it has anything to do with the base class having the stat growth impact, but whatever. You do also have every single level you get to input 1 point in whatever the stat you want. So whatever, let's just make it unlucky. Voice sets, just basically 30 male, 30 female. If you want, you can make a female avatar have a male voice, because why not? And then here you go. Here are the classes, or blood codes as the game calls them. So first of all, you have that bonus in there. You can re-roll it repeatedly. Generally speaking, I believe the bonus ranges from 3 to 6 points, and I don't really see why it doesn't automatically give you 6 points. No, I really don't know, because like, you can just do it. Like, you're just gonna keep rolling until it gets to 6, or if you're really lazy, 5. So why is this a roll exactly? Eh, whatever. So because I hate mages, let's go for a strength class. Speed, physical. So basically more melee physical damage and a little bit of tankiness. Press X again. This is where you get to change your classes. Now what you'll notice first of all is that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 classes. You start the game with 8 available classes, so warrior, magician, priest, academic, archer, swords, samurai, knight, and assassin. And then later on you get monk and one other class that I still haven't unlocked yet. These also come in 2 different variations. Now, these variations have difference in base stats. You can see the +2, +1 up there versus +2, +1 here, whatever. They also do have personality type modifiers. For example, you can see here that you can only be this type of knight if you're neutral, and you can only be this type of knight if you're good. But since I'm evil, I can't do either, so let's play a monk. Fuck it. You can also see that these are all 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, blah, blah, blah. That's because every single character that you can create can also change between all the classes that you have available to you at any given moment. So even though you may have rolled a warrior to start the game, after you unlock the monk, you can change that warrior to a monk if you so desire. And then here you just finalize the changes. Nope. For now, that's about it. Let's just quickly put my formation back. Alrighty. You can actually build multiple formations with all the leftover characters. And you can also name them individually, but whatever. Alright, so anything else in here? No. Everything else is just help. Now, let's go to the med lab next. Okay, so rest. What the rest functionality does is you have 3 options. Charge. What this does is it restores MP. MP is basically spellcast. Now you can see on the screen there under heal. See 15, 13, 10, 6, 0, 0, 0, 0. What that represents is the number of spellcasts you can make per outing. Okay? As far as I can tell, there is no MP regeneration item. Some characters do have MP regeneration passives for some reason or another. For example, the priest, if you just move around a labyrinth enough, they'll gradually regenerate MP. But basically, this is a hard cap on the number of times you can cast spells. It's basically refreshable items that are restored by using the rest functionality. For full care, it restores your HP as well. Relax is specifically for the exhaustion mechanic. I believe it's inflicted by Code Breaker. That's actually permadeath, by the way. Technically permadeath. Where if you are exhausted and die, you basically get kicked out of the system. The lore reason is that you lose your powers and can no longer fight, although the character doesn't actually die. If you just get KO, then they will get sent to ICU here. In this case, sorry. In this case, normally the way you resurrect characters is actually you go to status recovery when they're already in the ICU. Then they have like a dying condition. You can cure that condition. Yeah, I don't know why. You can also take them out of the ICU and use items if you have the items, but I haven't managed to find the resurrection item yet. Growth surgery is basically, you take your GP, you can see the GP listed in the bottom right-hand corner. You take the GP and you turn that into EXP, and you just forcibly level a character. That's one way to do it if, for example, a character has fallen behind, or it's a fresh character and you don't want to grind through the first few levels and have them get murdered by everything that's higher level than them, etc., etc. Or like when your characters died in a battle and you just need them to catch up. You know? So it's nice to have this here as an alternate way to grind levels for characters that you don't want in your main party just yet. Therapy is for personality changing. I don't want to do this just yet, but apparently this is how it works. Okay, good, neutral, evil. Basically the way it works is your characters will move towards good if you run away from battles or basically avoid fights with variants, the monsters in this game. You avoid fights with them and you will gradually push towards good. Repeatedly fight every variant in your way and you will gradually push towards evil. You do that enough times and the personality of your character will change between them. And if the personality changes, then it unlocks or locks out certain blood codes. That's basically how it goes. By the way, there's also this contact feature. It's available in all of the not dungeon areas. Basically, there are people in these places. You can talk to them. Let's talk to Chief. If you couldn't read that, just pause the video or something. You can talk to them. Some of these involve stuff like contact person in certain area to trigger quests and so forth. You know, that sort of thing. Now let's go on to the dev lab. Development. I'm just going to mostly skip over issue and deliver. Issue is just buy items. Deliver is sell items. Remove glitch. Remove glitch is a bit of a weird one. Okay. So in this game, you can change your equipment on the fly in combat without expending the turn. Okay, that's one of the mechanics. A glitched piece of equipment can be equipped to a character, but cannot be removed on the fly. That is the main difference. This is what remove glitch is for. It's for those pieces of equipment that may or may not be amazing, but you can't like rip them off immediately, and you have to come back here and use remove glitch. Let's go into development then. So craft is mostly self-explanatory. You have components, you make a thing. However, let's go into material for a second. Now, you see here on the right side, empty casing 1, 10, you acquired 10, I have 7, whatever. You can see down there, though, empty casing 2. What this basically does is you can trade up lower grade materials, and you can trade down higher grade materials. In this case, the strip functionality is there that will trade down higher grade materials. For strip, you can also, shall we say, salvage pieces of weapons and armor as well. And that will turn it into a junk item. Junk item is basically just a base component for crafting more shit. Or, and some materials that were used in the process of making that item. Whatever. Boost. Boost is basically just +1, +2, blah, blah, blah. In the case of weapons, it increases their damage output. In the case of armor, increases the defense and evade chance. Depending on the piece of armor, like some of them, the evade chance might not go up, some of them, the defense might not go up, etc. Also, you can see here stuff like the gender roles coming into play. What else do I have? Nothing else in here. Oh, by the way, one thing before we get into effects. Craft. And then, say, a weapon. What you have here is, on the right side, ingredients are your weapon and source shafts of whatever quality. You have different qualities for different weapon grades. The after is an SD longbow. In this case, it means source data. So let's go over to affix. And let's just put viral katana. Now you have 3 different things that you can put into it. Plugins, source data, and key tools. Actually, let me just quickly change that to a Mega Sword 7. Okay, so plugins are stuff like, basically you can see on the right side, element affix, variant affix, status affix, in the bottom area right side. This is basically what your plugins are. You can add an element of, whatever quality, sorry. You can add variant affix. In this case, it's enemy type damage modifier. Status affix is inflict status effect with chance of blah blah blah. That's what your plugins are. Source data, on the other hand, is take an old weapon or a piece of armor, turn it into source data, and then you can affix the old elements, variants, statuses onto a new weapon. So in this case, I'm going to affix this old source data. I don't think I actually had anything on it, though. Yeah, I don't think I had anything on it. But in this case, like, you can just transfer it over. And so it will get all the different stuff, like, water damage, paralysis, and so forth and so on. So that's the crafting. Let's see, anything else in here real quick? GP storage is just a bank, no big deal. I guess it's there if you don't want to spend too many growth points all at once, but it's not completely necessary. Now let's get out of here, let's get into a dungeon. Enough of me ranting. Let's go into Tokyo Mid-Hills. Naturally you have contact. I don't know why you have status when you can just press triangle, but whatever. Dispatch. Did I want to go here? I think I picked the wrong area again. Let me just get out of here real quick. Sorry, I screwed this up and I've redone this video several times. Let's go to Asawa City, dispatch west. Alright. So before we even start running around... Okay, this is the basic area of the dungeon that we're currently in. That's another basic area that I still haven't explored yet. And this is what the rest of the dungeon looks like, you know? They can see all these various different doors, spin traps, etc, etc. I really like the level design in this game compared to Demon Gaze, because I found the Demon Gaze with a fuck ton of hallways and not much else. This game, much fewer hallways and a lot more running around in circles, being blind, and even if you know where the fuck you're going, you still get lost anyways. It's glorious. I actually really like the level design of this game compared to Demon Gaze. So, where the hell can I go? Hey, there's someone over here. Who the hell is this? Okay, so there is person. Go find person. Yay. Alright, we're in our first battle. So basically you have your usual stuff, whatever. Attack, guard, skill. In this case, the physical damage classes have skills but no spells for some reason. Fourth, you can attack. In this case, the assassin has a chance to hide before the start of the battle. If they hide, then you have access to a stronger attack. Also, if you look really closely in the top right-hand corner, you can see stuff like attack will have you this much defense and mischance. If you guard, then your defense goes up by this much, etc, etc. Nice to have that there. So forth and so on. You can also access your spells here. Sure, why the fuck not? Use a spell, and use a skill, and fucking attack. And then mash X to resolve turn really quickly. Or hold circle. Circle is basically auto attack, but whatever. Alright, so you can't go that way, and turning right basically puts me through a death trap, so let's turn left. Let's just quickly change this to attack, and there we go. Hold down circle, because these guys are a little bit... Take a little while. Resolve the turns real quickly. Mash X. Hold circle. Oh, Mary, this is only for enemies that I massively overlevel. Now, you heard that sound, and you see the thing in the top left-hand corner. I forgot what that thing was called. Basically, what happens is, as you kill enemies, that gauge will gradually increase. And goes to level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I believe there's a 5 and 6. Every time the level increases, the strength of enemies increases. That does increase your rewards, XP, and GP gained. It also makes shit a lot harder to kill, and makes shit kill you a lot faster. So you need to be a little bit careful about that, you know, because when shit kills you, it's not a very good thing. Also, you can see in front of me there's a plot of water. There are some spells, such as End Float, which will allow you to, in this case, ignore certain effects or traverse certain effects. Like going down here real quick, you can see those green blocks? These are the spell zones. Those will remove these buffs. And then you have stuff like shock blocks, which will, which require you to have these effects, or they will deal tons of damage and rip you to shreds. Now that I think about it, oh fuck, I'm under the spell zone. This is a shock block in front of me, isn't it? I knew it. Oh well. Get out of here. Let's go down the other one, because I still haven't gone down there properly yet. So that's the shock block in front of me. Let's use this. I'm on the next leg of the story anyway, so we'll find out together. Fuck, that's just a spell block. Let's just soldier through. Multi-care, multi-care. Will I regret this? Yep, that's blocked off. Fuck. Okay, whatever. That's still blocked off. So, I'm gonna have to walk onto this block, because on dispel blocks you also can't cast spells. Let's just quickly use Return Gate to get ourselves out of here, because I'm an idiot. And then go back into the thing. Spell, multi-care. Ayya. Let's go northwest. No, west. I want to try west. North. Come at this from different angles, see where the hell everything is, and see if I can get to places. Status. Infloat. There are also infloat items that you can use, but I prefer using spells. You also have these little memos. They can be accessed if you like go online. There are also some memos that exist offline just for demonstration purposes, but most of these are online. You can see stuff like yay, write memo,
Zip!
etc. And yeah, there are people there and stuff like that. And some of these will be traps. Some of the other ones are idiots like me because I actually put down one that says invisible wall here when in reality there's no invisible wall because I misread the situation. Well, this is one of those locked doors that I was trying to get past earlier, but I don't know how to get past it. Bloody hell. Which way do we go? Try going this way. That there is a monster marker. Basically, those are guaranteed monster spawns. You have to fight your way through them, or you can't get past them. Oh, I completely skipped through that. Let's fight something else and see if another one drops. Oh, by the way, you also have this thing called Unity. Unity is basically a squad-based attack. You can see in the bottom left-hand corner there's a Unity bar. In that case, it says 18.00. You have stuff like Brave attacks. This is basically just straight-up attacks. Magic, in this case, it mitigates damage, or it strengthens the effect of spells, subsequent spells. You can also do stuff like escape, sorry, go faster, go slower, etc. Let's do a suicide attack too. This is an AoE attack. Also, in order to gain Brave gauge, you have to repeatedly use your Brave attacks. Let's see if I'm going in the right direction. I can't remember if I'm going in the right direction. Down that way is the wrong direction, so across we go. Go down this conveyor belt. Where the hell does that go again? Goes nowhere. Okay, so go down this way. What's this way? So, I haven't really explored this area yet. By the way, there's a boss. There's a story boss that used to be here. That's what someone wrote a memo for. I guess this is the area I haven't explored yet. Let's go. Normally I'm a little bit anal and just properly map the entire place out, but let's not do that. What the hell are these? Well, let's find out. Sweep down, Neo scan. Oh, that's the enemies from the next chunk of story. Neat. And then difficulty went up. And that's another locked door. I'm not going to bother interacting with that. And that's a door over here. Bandit duty hazard 1999. Can't go in there, I guess. Where the hell am I? Oh, that's a conveyor belt. Fuck. Well, let's explore for a little bit. Let's stay in here for maybe another 5-10 minutes, and then we'll wrap this up. Because I haven't actually been through this area yet, since I just kind of jumped on it immediately. What's north of here? Okay, well, let's go explore. Oh, nope, that's a push block. Thank God. At least it's not a conveyor belt that kicks me away. Variant attacks. Ah, fuck. Well, that's gonna hurt. Aqua element, wind element. Let's run. What running does is ah, shit. Okay. I guess this is coming to a close really quickly then. And no escape again. Oh well. Academy, escape code, farm action. What running also does, apart from just like abandoning them, is you can see the gauge on the top left also went down by 1. That's what the whole point of it is. Well, let's just say suspicious area. That doesn't mean anything. But I have 3 dead members. YOLO! Screw it. I regret everything instantly. Wind element, fire element. So, what the hell is the front line? Fire element is the front line. Okay, so water work, form action. Multi-care again, spell, let's go water burst. Burst is the AoE attack. Oops. Okay, let's use a magical attack. Light work. And then earth burst on the back line. And then just repeat all these actions. Okay. So what you have is when you find a code chip, what happens is you can scan or sidecrack. Sidecrack is a special ability that you can use to safely unlock it. Scan is everyone chips in about what they think the trap is. And then remove trap. You can pick a character, remove the trap. Whatever. Let's pick my healer because that's a really dumb idea. And then it'll tell you like, oh, the trap must be this, that, or the other. It'll mark it off as this. Normally, your academic is the one who is usually really good at this, but since I'm mostly looking blindly, yay! I got lucky. It actually was a poison virus. And then you get various different items. Sadly, none of these characters can use identify because my main guy is dead. Well, that is really inconvenient. Let's get out of here. We can use autopilot and hopefully not get murdered by everything. Alright, I guess that ends that. And by the way, since we're here, just in case you were wondering how to resurrect characters, status recovery, characters dying, and they all crap out with 1 HP. This is the part where I usually like to do this. Spell, multi-care. There we go. And then use rest. Basic rest on everyone. Sweet. And one last thing is that I have to go all the way back into the headquarters formation. And then this is where you can change people manually, like this using square. But you have to remember everyone's names. So you just put in the arrangement I like. Sure, I like this arrangement. There we go. And then we'll just use him. Item, identify. I don't know why identifies in items when it's technically a skill or a spell, but there you go. And then you can identify the items. Go along. If it fails, then what you get is this code flowed backwards, and basically this silences him. You can deal with it by using an item or a spell. In this case, error care to remove condition. Then go back to him. Item, identify, and finish it off. And yeah, that's basically the basics of dungeon crawling. So, I don't know. Let me come to a conclusion then, shall we? Would I recommend this game? Honestly, yes. Okay? Because my main problem when I got through like the first 5 hours-ish is like, wow, this thing is so fucking clumsy. Like even that early on, I really liked the level design, okay? Like, Like this is the first dungeon you get into, right? Well, I'm just gonna show you the map because I don't want to run around in circles, but like this is the map, and you have to figure out like, okay, where the hell do these go? Where the hell are all the what the hell is the layout of this place? Because you don't know what the layout is until you explore the whole thing, as you saw earlier in the exploration section. And you have stuff like, okay, I've memorized that this warp panel will take me down one level. And then you get into shenanigans like these, where you have to find all the damn things. And I still haven't cracked open that room yet? Seriously? I still haven't cracked open that room. What the fuck is in that room? Huh, whatever. But even so, it's just like, you have all these different things, and you can, like, beat the shit out of your enemies, and tons of customization. Absolutely tons of customization. Really strong level design. I like the enemy variety, although I will say that the Mantis enemy looks like they got cut and pasted out of, out of Demon Gaze. But other than that, like, the enemy variety is great. The encounter variety is surprisingly decent. Personally, I don't like this genre in general for its encounter variety because, you know, because it's mostly just like use stats, throw stats at people until they fall over, but, you know, to each their own. I'm not gonna each their own, I just have a different style of combat that I enjoy. No big deal. Oops. And overall, like, yeah, I really liked it. I prefer the tone versus Demon Gaze just because Demon Gaze tried really hard to try and be like quirky and stuff, but it, like, I never really felt that quirkiness actually became the game. And I don't know. I don't know if that really makes sense. Like, this game has more of a gritty feel with stuff like corpses and death and horror and evil and shit. Let's open this, and I still haven't fought this enemy. Yay, rabbits. I'm way too high above their level. Okay, whatever. And stuff like that. Like, I just really like the game. I will say that the story is a little bit on the weak side. It's like the story feels more like it's an excuse to push the rest of the plot along. Now, speaking of story, though, there is one thing that stands out to me about the story. Okay? And that's that it does have these sort of visual novel moments where it's sort of like you get this sexually attractive female character and the usual, like, if you've played enough visual novels, you know about those, like, pictures where you just see, like, your waifu looking amazing sort of thing. Not actually sexual or anything like that, they're kind of there. And those exist in this game too, but it doesn't make sense in the context of the story. Reason why I say that is because, well, you're not actually a person. You're all 6 of these people. You are the squad. Okay, like, at the start of the game, you're technically a person who wakes up, but even then, like, even in classic mode, you start off with a randomly generated set of appearances, which is really weird, actually, because, like, again, you start the game as a single person, but then apparently you're nobody, and then you get replaced by a squad of people. What was this way? Oh, neat. I just want to see if this does anything, because I haven't seen it do anything yet. Nope, doesn't do anything yet. I'm pretty sure that it'll do something sometime in the future. Like, at one point it says that, oh, you can come in contact with some crazy-ass person who can do shit, but, whatever. And then there's this area, which is infuriating, and I got lost in, and I'm an idiot, but whatever. But yeah, the story is basically, it's structured in a way that is similar to, like, visual novels, but you're not actually one person, which makes it a little bit weird. I will also say that the plot, again, I'm just going to repeat myself here anyways, but the plot feels like it's a case of excuses to move you from one place to the next, and then, like, the next enemy kind of just showed up out of nowhere, and I don't know, I don't feel that this is a particularly story-oriented game. I feel that they really heavily focused on the way that the gameplay works, etc., etc. But overall, like, TLDR, I recommend this game. This is a very solid dungeon crawler. Exploration is actually quite infuriatingly difficult at times. Don't take these maps that I've pre-mapped for granted. It took me like 2 hours just to find my way around a certain zone, only to realize I'd already been through that zone. Like, but like, strong level design, strong customization, strong gameplay, merely okay story, but I don't consider this to be a particularly story-oriented game, at least the way that the plot's going. It's just kind of like, there is enemy, defeat them. There is more enemy, defeat them. So, I don't consider this a story-oriented game. And overall, I recommend it for people who are moderately interested in dungeon crawlers and are willing to get over the hurdles of the, honestly, the explanation jank of the first couple hours. My name has been VSin. Thanks for watching.